Hey, YouTube fam! Today we've got something truly special lined up, a blast from the past that's bound to leave you with a mix of nostalgia and amazement. Do you remember the iconic cast of the 1976 sitcom, What's Happening? Well, hold on to your seats because we're about to reveal how the stars of this beloved show look today. From jaw-dropping transformations to heartwarming reunions, we've got it all. Whether you were a fan from the very beginning or you discovered What's Happening later on, this video is your backstage pass to catch up with the characters who made us laugh, cry, and dance to that unforgettable theme song. So get ready to embark on a journey through time as we explore the lives and appearances of the What's Happening cast members in 2024. You might want to grab a seat because the shock and awe are real. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our trip down memory lane. All right, folks, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to find out what's happening with the cast of 1976. Now let's catch up with our favorite actors and see how life's treating them after the show wrapped up. 1. Shirley Hemphill as Shirley Wilson. Shirley Wilson, portrayed by Shirley Hemphill, serves as a waitress at the local soda shop. Hemphill hailed from Asheville, North Carolina, born to Richard and Mozella Hemphill, and had a brother named William. She attended Hill Street School and Stevens Lee High School before earning an athletic scholarship to Morristown College, where she focused on physical education. After 2 years, Hemphill returned to Asheville and secured employment at a nylon manufacturing factory. Throughout her professional journey, Hemphill showcased her stand-up routine on various well-known TV programs, including The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, A&E's An Evening at the Improv, BET's Black Comedy Showcase, and Black Comedy Tonight. She maintained a regular presence at the Laugh Factory Comedy Club in Los Angeles. A year before her passing, Hemphill made an appearance on The Jenny Jones Show in a reunion episode of What's Happening, alongside actors Ernest Thomas and Haywood Nelson. Tragically, on December 10, 1999, Hemphill was discovered lifeless at her residence in West Covina, California, at the age of 52. A gardener, peering through a window, found her lying on the bedroom floor. An autopsy revealed that Hemphill succumbed to kidney failure. She was later cremated. 2. Mabel King as Mabel Mama Thomas. In 1976, she was offered the part of Mabel Thomas on the TV show What's Happening. Her character frequently employed the phrase, "This holds true," which she uttered to her children when attempting to make a point. King assumed the role from 1976 to 1978. But due to disagreements with the show's creators over its direction, she departed. What's Happening? In 1978, after 2 seasons, she didn't venture into acting until her mid-30s in 1966, when she took on the role of Maria in the national touring production of Porgy and Bess. The subsequent year, she portrayed the character Ernestina in the Broadway musical comedy Hello, Dolly. Then, in 1972, she appeared in the musical film Don't Play Us Cheap, which remained unreleased until the following year after it had been staged on Broadway as a play. King was wedded to Melvin King from June 1967 until September 1989. She and Larry Banks had 1 child, a son named Larry Jr., who passed away in 1996. King ardently identified as a conservative Republican, providing strong support for the presidency of Ronald Reagan. King battled diabetes, and in 1986, she underwent the amputation of one of her toes due to the disease. In 1990, King suffered a stroke and was admitted to the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. In 1991, diabetes compelled the amputation of her left leg. In 1994, her right leg also underwent amputation. King also faced the loss of one of her arms due to diabetes. On November 9, 1999, King passed away at the age of 66. 3. Fred Berry as Freddie Rerun Stubbs. Barry gained broader recognition portraying the character Freddie Rerun Stubbs on the ABC sitcom What's Happening, which aired from 1976 to 1979 when he was in his mid-20s. Originally intended for a slender and white actor, the role was given to Barry. The character earned the nickname Rerun because he consistently repeated his classes during summer school. Rerun became one of the standout characters on the show, donning his distinctive red beret and suspenders while showcasing dance moves Barry had previously used during his time with the Lockers. Fact that throughout his life, Barry grappled with issues related to drugs and alcohol. In a 1996 interview with People magazine, he shared, "I was a millionaire by the time I was 29, but then the stress of success got to me, the fat jokes got to me, and I got heavily into drugs and alcohol." Barry acknowledged experimenting with substances since his teenage years, and his increasing success provided the means to afford more drugs. Despite facing 3 suicide attempts, he eventually recovered and devoted time to visiting various churches. Having been married 6 times to 4 different women, with the first 2 marriages each occurring twice, Barry had 3 children, DeShannon, Portia, and Freddie, who goes by Fred Barry Jr. On October 21, 2003, Barry was discovered deceased at his Los Angeles residence, where he was recuperating from a stroke. The cause of death was attributed to natural causes. 4. Danielle Spencer as Dee Thomas. Spencer was selected for the role of the younger sister Dee Thomas on the TV series What's Happening, loosely inspired by the film Cooley High. Initially a summer mid-season replacement, the show performed exceptionally well in its time slot, leading to the commission of a full second season. In 1999, Spencer tied the knot with Gary Fields, a marketing manager who also served as her publicist and manager in Marina del Rey, California. The couple's marriage concluded in 2013. In 2004, Spencer encountered challenges related to balance and chronic pain, receiving a diagnosis of spinal stenosis stemming from injuries sustained in a car accident in 1977. A corrective surgery left her partially paralyzed for 8 months. Spencer underwent treatment at the Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation in New Jersey, and she attributes the institute for restoring vitality to her life. Currently, Spencer engages in motivational speaking engagements. Reflecting on her journey, she shared with Ebony magazine in 2012, "I've come to terms with the fact that surgeries, back pain, and reliance on crutches will be enduring aspects of my life. Some days are uplifting, while others are arduous. Nevertheless, amidst the challenges, there are reasons for celebration. My life involves active participation in a charity dedicated to feeding the homeless and contributing to animal welfare through my involvement as a vet. I." Haywood Nelson as Dwayne Nelson. Haywood Nelson's character, Dwayne, is one of the main protagonists and friends within the series. The show gained popularity for its portrayal of everyday life, humor, and relatable scenarios. Dwayne Nelson, along with other central characters, navigates the challenges and joys of adolescence, friendship, and family life. Haywood Nelson has been an integral part of the entertainment community for more than 4 decades. Born in New York, he initiated his career at the age of 6 with numerous leading roles in on-camera and voice-over national advertisements, including Lavoris Campbell's Soup, Libby's, Polaroid, Hot Wheels, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Johnny Lightning, Aurora, AFX, Kodak, Duncan Hines, Milk, Burger King, and Dean Witter. Nelson features as a co-star in various feature films such as If You Give a Dance, You Gotta Pay the Band, Mixed Company, This Property is Condemned, and holds a prominent role in Evil Speak. Haywood also enjoyed a 2-year stint on Broadway in Thieves. He made a guest appearance on Kojak in the episode The Godson as Bobby Moore. At 14, he proceeded to make a guest appearance in the television series Sanford and Son as the grandson of Whitman Mayo's Grady, later participating in the spin-off series Grady in 1975. Subsequently, Haywood took part in an urban dramatic Broadway production at New York's Lincoln Center. Alice Tully Hall assumed the role of himself in the Paramount film Dickie Roberts and secured a part on The Parkers. He maintains a strong affiliation with Scientology. 6. Ernest Thomas as Roger Ray Thomas Maston. Thomas stood as the sole cast member retained from the pilot, assuming the lead role of Roger Ray Thomas. The new summer series gained considerable traction in ratings, leading to its expansion into a full-fledged series, running from 1976 to 1979. Throughout the show's duration, Thomas engaged in additional film and TV ventures, including Beretta, The Brady, Bunch Hour, and the movie A Piece of the Action, featuring Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby. In the initial season of What's Happening, Thomas found himself among the final 2 actors considered for the lead role of Kunta Kinte in the brisk miniseries Roots, eventually claimed by LeVar Burton. Thomas would later assume the minor role of Kai Luba in the miniseries. Following a 6-year hiatus from TV and film endeavors, Ernest reprised his portrayal of Roger Raj Thomas in the sequel What's Happening Now. The show aired in first-run syndication from 1985 to 1988. In 2012, Thomas secured a role in Rocker Horror Movie, director Rob Zombie's 2012 film The Lords of Salem. Additionally, in 2016, he featured in a comedic body horror short film titled Earworm. Thomas grapples with an eye condition known as amblyopia. 7. Thalmus Rasulala as Bill Thomas. Bill Thomas, portrayed by Thalmus Rasulala, is Mabel's former spouse and the progenitor of Roger and Dee. Born Jack Crowder in Miami, Florida, and an alumnus of the University of Redlands, he featured in numerous films and made guest appearances on television shows. He also engaged in some courses at Shaw University, a historically black university in Raleigh, North Carolina, in the late 1970s. Rasulala exchanged vows with Shirlene Mozingo on November 6, 1984. He passed away on October 9, 1991, succumbing to a heart attack in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His survival was marked by his wife Shirlene and their 4 offspring. In a prior union, he was wed to Martha Roberts in 1960, and they shared 3 children. Their marriage concluded in divorce in 1977. His concluding film role materialized as General Afeer in the comedic film Mom and Dad Save the World. His demise occurred shortly after wrapping up his scenes, and the film, hitting theaters a year posthumously, bears a dedication to his memory. Rasulala's passing coincided closely with that of actor Red Fox, who also succumbed to a heart attack and with whom Rasulala had a guest appearance on Sanford and Son. In the episode, he sought donations for heart attack prevention and awareness. Nevertheless, Judgment, also recognized as Hits, can be acknowledged as Rasulala's ultimate cinematic work, released posthumously but crafted during his lifetime. 8. Fritzi Burr as Miss Collins. Fritzi Burr gained prominence for her portrayal of Miss Collins on the television series What's Happening? Born Frida Baer in Philadelphia on May 31st, 1924, to Pauline Baer and David Baer. Both her parents, Russian Jews, hailed from the same city, Berdichev. Even her father's original surname, Berdichevsky, prior to being shortened to Baer, traces its roots to their hometown. Burr engaged in community theater and performed skits with the vaudeville comedy duo Smith and Dale. By the late 1950s, she graced Broadway stages and played a role in I Can Get It For You Wholesale, the production that catapulted Barbra Streisand to national acclaim. Later, Burr succeeded Kay Medford as Fanny Brice's mother, portrayed by Streisand, in Funny Girl, 1968. Her Broadway repertoire included depicting Sylvia Goldman in The Family Way, 1965. Beyond Broadway, Burr maintained a presence in small theaters, dinner theaters, and touring companies of musicals like Fiddler on the Roof. In Hollywood, she established herself as a reliable character actress in both films and television. Burr shared her life with Aaron Hayman until his passing in 1995. She passed away in Fort Myers, Florida, from natural causes on January 17, 2003, at the age of 78. 9. Debbie Morgan as Diane. Morgan's initial recurring role occurred in What's Happening? From 1976 to 1977, portraying the character Diane Harris. Morgan, born in Dunn, North Carolina, is the daughter of Laura, a teacher, and George Morgan Jr., a butcher. She has a younger sister named Terry. The family moved to the Bronx when Morgan was still a child. In a 1997 interview with People, Morgan disclosed that her father struggled with alcoholism, leading to abusive behavior. In 2017, Morgan featured in the Marvel miniseries The Defenders, taking on the role of Dolores. The subsequent year, she secured a recurring position in the BET drama series The Quad. In 2019, she played a part in the Netflix film Sextuplets alongside Marlon Wayans. Morgan starred alongside Kelly Rowland in the Lifetime movie Merry Little Christmas and its sequels. In 2021, she joined the cast of the Lee Daniels primetime soap opera Our Kind of People, alongside Yaya DaCosta. Having been married 4 times, Morgan does not have children. Her initial marriage was to Charles Weldon from 1980 to 1984. In 1989, Morgan tied the knot with actor Charles S. Dutton, ending in divorce in 1994. From 1997 to 2000, Morgan was wed to photographer Don Thompson. Since June 2009, she has been married to Jeffrey Winston. 10. Earl Billings as Rob. Rob, played by Earl Billings, is the proprietor of Rob's Place and Shirley's supervisor. Earl Billings continues to relish a storied career in the realm of acting, spanning over 6 decades. A seasoned performer in both stage and screen, Earl Billings was born in Cleveland, Ohio on July 4, 1945. His journey in the acting industry ranges from minor roles to more substantial and enduring appearances on various projects. He has been associated with prominent television series such as What's Happening?, The Bionic Woman, The Incredible Hulk, The Jeffersons, and Knight Rider. His robust, sturdy physique often secured him roles as everyday men and characters like police officers or guards. In addition to his television work, Earl has contributed to notable films such as Crimson Tide, 1995, starring Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman, Con Air, 1997, featuring Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich, and Thank You for Smoking, starring Aaron Eckhart. Earl has left an indelible mark on television, accumulating episode credits on Walker, Texas Ranger, Ally McBeal, ER, Without a Trace, and How I Met Your Mother in the late 1990s and early to mid-2000s. Moving into the late 2000s, Earl made appearances on additional television series, commencing with Misguided in 2008, followed by the vampire drama True Blood in the same year. In 2010, Earl also featured in episodes of Cold Case, Parenthood, and Raising Hope. Before we bid farewell, we encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What memories did this trip down memory lane evoke for you? Who was your favorite character, and how have they inspired you over the years? And as we conclude our exploration of the What's Happening, cast from 1976, let's remember the joy, laughter, and timeless moments they gifted us. Here's to the incredible actors who brought these characters to life, and here's to the everlasting magic of classic television.